This is Kendra Ward, and I've been asked to show you how to take a turkey feather and turn it into a quill so you can strum the mountain dulcimer in the very traditional style. First of all, we will start with feathers. This is actually a turkey wing, and the parts are still together. You can see there are small feathers here and small feathers in here. And we will want to get these larger feathers, take this apart, and use the larger ones for our quills. Once they are taken apart, they look somewhat like this. Here's a few that I have. And some of them, as you can see, this one is very large. This one, the stems of them have different sizes, and that will not matter because we will make them adjustable to our own personal use. Okay, so to begin with, we will take a feather. We find a nice specimen. Here's a good one. And we want to get rid of all of this feathery part. This is what we will take off to make our quill naked, so to speak. So you will find your feather, hold it at the very top, and find like a little place where it feels like it's going to pull. And you will pull it pull the spline of the feathery part right down off the edge. So you have this feathery part still attached to this little spline. We won't need this, so we will just throw it away. Sometimes it doesn't happen that easily, and you might have to pull them here or there, but most of the time, if you're lucky, they will peel right off. Okay, so now let's look at the other side. We need to get rid of this side. And we will hold the top again, and see if we can pull this spline off. Yay! That one pulled right off easily. And you can see, there it is, all intact. We will not use that at all. So what you have is a naked feather, which will become our strumming quill. Okay. Now, I have lots of these where I have them to this point, as you can see. Different sizes and different shapes. Bottoms are different sizes. Some are bigger, some are smaller. But that's okay, because we're going to make them work for our own personal style. All right, here's the one we just made. We are going to take it. I'm going to get rid of all of these little ones that I have here, all these little pieces. Okay, we are going to take, about an inch or 2 inches off, take our scissors, and just cut the end off. So you have this little piece. You can throw that away. And now you have an entirely naked quill. Now, you can see the shape of it. It's sort of a curve. Okay. And you can try to see how flexible it may be. Okay. Now, the next step we want to do is to take this back end part off, this thick part. And I'm going to cut it maybe, 3 inches. All right, so that gives me a quill this size. Now, let me see how it sounds. Sounds very nice. It's fairly hard. It's not too flexible. But sometimes, if you like a different sound, you can have more flex. See, this one flexes a lot. And you can see it's a lot smaller. See, this one's very small. This one's heavier. So, difference in the sound varies. Here's the one I just used, which is louder, harder, stiffer. Here's the smaller one. Very nice, subtle difference, very much quieter. Here's even one that's a little bit softer. So you can see they're all very different depending on how you want them to sound. The thicker, the louder, the thinner, the softer. Okay. Now, to hold them, you want to kind of put your first finger here, maybe an inch or 2, inch and a half or 2 inches from the end, and grip it. Kind of wrap your fingers around the back of it, have a little bit sticking out, and have it so that it curves, you know, this way between your fingers, so you can see the curvature in it. Okay, and you want to whip it. Just kind of whip it like around and around and back and forth and up and down and around and every which way that you can. Just whip it and whip it. Okay? Whip it around the back way, back and forth, whip, round. Now I strum in first. Some of you probably strum out first, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. But you want to get that whipping going. So it's... You can hear the whipping going there. All right. Now, let me see if I can adjust this a little bit so you can see how it looks on the dulcimer. So it makes that whipping sound. Whip, 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 whip. So that's how you would strum it. Now I have lots of different strummers that I've made. They do wear out. They do, you know, they break and you might, you know, lose one here or there, but here's several that I have made now. All of them are just a little bit different. All of them have a little bit different back size. All of them have just a little bit different front size. Here's thin, very thin, stronger. That one's pretty strong. This one's really hard. And so that's how you would make your quill. quills and how you would hold them. Let's look at this one more time. Take your feather, hold it at the top, find the spot where it will peel. This one's going to give me a little bit of trouble. There we go. That one's peeling good. Peel it. See, they don't all work perfectly, but mostly. Turn it over. Peel. See how cool that is? It just peels right off, and there's your feathers. So there's your naked quill. Let's see. This one seems to be, I think I'll cut it right about there. Seems pretty good. And back here, say, cut it here. There's no real true science to it. It's just kind of how you feel. And so here's my new quill. I hope this helps. Have fun.